Hello there, this is Kathie from Craft with Kathie. Thanks for joining me. Grab a cup of coffee or tea or whatever you start your morning with, and let's get into something a little bit creative. I needed to make something special for somebody, just for no reason, but just because I love them and they're special, and I was thinking about what they liked and things. And I said, oh goodness, the farm charm I think is perfect. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to make in a moment. I'm drinking my little protein coffee. I hear that this seems to be a thing now. I've been doing it for a while. Actually started with it with my mom, just trying to get her to get some nutrients, calories, and protein into her when she was so underweight. So I would mix up the protein mix and with a little coffee for her, and eventually got it to the point where she was just drinking the pure protein, which worked great. Actually, until we went out for breakfast one morning, and Mom, you know, I placed the order for her, and she wanted coffee with her eggs and whatever. And when the waitress brought the coffee, Mom took one sip and said, oh, there's something wrong with this. So I thought, oh no, it's not chocolate. So I asked the waitress for some Hershey syrup, and I tried doctoring it up. But Mom complained about it all through breakfast, and it was so bad at the point we were leaving, she was asking my dad to call the manager because she wanted to talk to him about the coffee and how terrible it was. And then I realized the error of my ways. Well, it got the calories and the protein in her. I hated to do. She's never going to ever like regular coffee again. Anyway, so I stole a page from what I did with Mom and started drinking protein coffee myself. A little bit low carb, something to start the morning with. Anyway, another one heard from Maggie Golan. I'm going to use this horse from Farm Chalk. A 12 by 18 transfer that has nags. It has different animals and the wording Farm Charm on it. Charm collection. There's a pig, a sheep, and I think a cow. And I'm going to use the horse. So there is my husky in the background, who generally doesn't bark. Barking, right? It kind of fits with the morning so far. She's turned into a little beggar, I think. And being that I'm having coffee, she thinks it's time for her little snack. Even though she's got food and water, she doesn't want to eat her own. So sometimes you try and do the right thing and you do the wrong thing, not realizing what the repercussions are going to be, right? Coming at you from the suburbs west of Chicago. If you would take a moment and let me know where you're viewing from, that would be great. Feel comfortable, just drop a line if you have any questions or comments in the comment box, and I will respond as soon as I see it. This is a 12 by 18 transfer that basically is cut apart into different pieces, but I'm only going to use the horse for what I'm going for today. And here's my found surface. It's just a little chalkboard with a piece of jute hanger. And because it is a found surface, and I really don't know what quality chalkboard or if this is just paint, I'm going to put a little paste wax on it to protect my transfer. If you're not familiar with Chalk Couture, we're a DIY company specializing in home decor. The founders were looking for something that would allow them to reuse surfaces and things and make the process of creating home decor, quick, easy, and basically started out with chalkboards, and we've expanded on that quite a bit. We have two different mediums to apply a design to a surface. We have our Chalkology paste, and we have ink. Our paste is used more on reusable surfaces or washable surfaces, and our ink is used on things that we don't want to ever erase it from. So, for example, if I wanted to put it on a ceramic mug, I would use the ink. Or if I was doing it on fabric, I would use the ink, fabric that you're going to wash. Anytime we use the ink has to be heat set. For ceramic and things of that nature, you generally want to do it in an oven or a toaster oven. And for fabric, you can use either an iron or a heat press. Either work fine. The majority of my projects are in chalk paste, though. I really like the idea of being able to apply a design, and then when the mood strikes me or on a whim, erasing it and changing it to something else. And also, I'm a little limited on storage space for my decor, so being able to reuse a surface, a sign or a frame, allows me to rotate my thing through the seasons or for the holidays without having to have a bunch of different surfaces. So I've just rubbed in the paste and then rubbed it off. This is our surface wax. It is fragrance free, which makes it great to use, and that's pretty much just it. Rub it in, rub it off. I'm going to grab a swig of coffee. And get right on with this project. I'm thinking, I wasn't quite sure what color chalk paste I wanted to use, and I was thinking of using this kind of greige, kind of a gray on the chalkboard, but I wanted something a little bit extra. So I'm going to try mixing up my gold shimmer paste. I wonder if I should do the gold or if I should do the white. My gold shimmer, I might do all three. Gold shimmer paste, a little bit of my white shimmer, and the greige. I want to give it a little bit color, but not really too much. So to do that, I'm going to use one of my color trays and just put a dab of chalk paste of each of the colors in it. Mix it up and see what we come up with. Our shimmer pastes give a little bit of shimmer to a project. They are not quite like glitter. They don't flake like glitter, but they do give a little sparkle. Oh, my gold has been well used here. Don't be shy, say hello. We're all friends here. And a little bit more of the greige. Oops. Chalk paste overboard. Okay. Let me get these other stir sticks out of the way. And mix this up and see what kind of color we come up with. I really didn't want a gray. I was thinking a light tan or whatever, but then I was like, the gold, a little bit of sparkle might be just what I'm looking for. You know what? And I'm not going to mix that up real well either, because if I have pieces that are gold in one place and white and gray in other, might be great for kind of like a speckled horse. Okay. So before I could use this transfer, it's brand new. Our transfers are made out of vinyl, which is the teal, and silkscreen that you're seeing through to the backer of the carrier sheet. They are adhesive backed, reusable 8 to 12 times or more. So when I use a new transfer, especially a new transfer, I want to fuzz it, which means I put it on this terry cloth. One side's terry, one side's microfiber. I just press it down, pull it up, press it down, pull it up. I'm putting a little bit of lint onto the back of my transfer so that it doesn't stick quite as snugly as it would otherwise. And the reason I'm doing that is so that it's not difficult to lift it off the surface. I want to be able to pick it up without struggling or fighting with it. And I'm just going to eyeball this and center it. Smooth it out, make sure there are no air bubbles underneath my silk screen because I want a nice smooth surface. And then I'm going to apply this chalk paste. I like to make just a little bit more than I think I'm going to need because if I mix it again I might not get quite the same color. So then I'm going to use a squeegee to smooth this chalk paste over the silk screen, pressing it through the silk screen to the surface below. Then I go back over it, smooth it out, remove any excess paste. Now if I hadn't mixed colors here, I would put the paste back into the jar. But being that I have mixed up the colors, I can't put it back in a jar. I just wanted to go over the horse's face. It looked like I might have missed a spot. Then I'm going to lift up the transfer. You always want to lift the transfer either from the top, the bottom, the left, or the right. You never want to pull or tug on a corner because it's like fabric and you wouldn't want to distort or stretch it. So I'm going to lift this up. Voila! Our chalk paste goes on liquid and dries to a hard matte finish. Isn't that a pretty image? So I'm going to set this aside to dry while I clean my transfer. Just going to spritz it with a little bit of water on the adhesive side. I could run this over to the sink and rinse it off, would be the easiest thing, but then I'd be off camera. So I'm just doing it at my table as we sit here. Hi Terry, how you doing? And I'm going to use a disinfecting wipe to just wipe off the paste. Making sure I don't have any paste left in the silk screen. I'm going to flip it over and clean the adhesive side. Same thing. Just make sure there's no paste left in the silk screen. And then I usually wipe it horizontally to wipe off any of the lint that I deliberately put on it. Our chalk paste is water soluble, so cleanup's easy. Just water or a disinfecting wipe works fine. And then to speed up the drying, I'm going to place this on the microfiber side of my fuzzing cloth. Adhesive side up, fold it over, squeeze out the moisture. And set this aside to dry. I want to let it dry, adhesive side up. Now, for a little bit of embellishment. I know I used these ribbons the other day on a cutting board, and I was thinking they'd go great with this horse. So I'm just going to cut a couple lengths of ribbon. I'm not going to do a bow or anything. I don't want it really taken away from the image, but it does need a little something to add a little bit more interest to it. So I'm thinking if I just tie this around the jute, just not around it, it'll give it that extra little bit of punch without the distraction of a bow. And yes, I still haven't found my transfer trimmers. I must have put them in my craft room. Oh goodness, why would I do that, right? It's still a work in progress right now. I'm just going to alternate these. So as I knot them, then I could kind of pull them apart and get a little bit of each of them to peek out. Oh goodness, I smeared my horse. Look at that. Whoa. Okay. Woe is me, what to do? Probably caught it with my ring. Well, I'll just have to start over. I'm going to spritz it with a little bit of water. Grab a paper towel. Accidents happen, right? I have my little board eraser right here, which is specifically for removing images from your surface. Oh, I've got a lot of water on here. Probably too much, but that's fine. Okay, so the image is gone, and basically it's just going to be a repeat. Let me mix up my colors again. I might want to put a little bit of extra gold in this time. Actually, instead of with my gold, I'm going to go with my Harvest Shimmer. It's a little bit warmer in color. Oops. I thought of this before, but I thought it might be a little bit too yellow, but I think it'll be fine. And let me clean my stir stick. And I've lost my grease paste somewhere on my table. It's here. I'm just not seeing it. Oh, there we go. I moved it all the way over. And grab that back. Okay. I'm going to lightly mix this because I think I want a little bit, not of a rainbow, but a little bit not fully mixed up in there, so I do get different discoloration. Grab the horse, fuzz it, and apply it. Reapply it to my surface. Take two. Smooth it out. Oh, I can see that I've got some speckling on the horse's back. Just what I was looking for. That's great. Okay, so I'm going to remove the excess paste. Smooth it. And lift my transfer. Oh, that's interesting. There's a little bit of speckling, almost like streaking or speckling, but I think that makes it look cool, cooler than it looks already. So I'm going to set this aside and let it dry. Our shimmer paste take a little bit longer to dry than our regular chalk paste, and let me clean this transfer again. Isn't it nice that our transfers are reusable? No weeding. Take them out of the package, fuzz them, and use it. And then use it, and use it, and use it again. Simple and quick. Removing the lint. And I'm going to put this on my microfiber side of my cloth to dry it. Good thing I did that so that it was dry to reuse. Adhesive side up, fold it over. Oops, brought all my ribbons in there. Squeeze out the moisture. Set it on a flat surface to dry. Adhesive side up. So what plans does everybody have for the weekend? Still going to be hot here in the 90s, but Monday will be kind of returning to a little bit more normal temperatures, which will be a nice respite. I mean, heck, summer's here and we've already had 90s. How often? Which I know a lot of people think 90s isn't bad, but with the humidity, it's been kind of nasty. We never got the really bad storms that we were supposed to get the other day, so that was a big relief. Let me put this aside. I need to clean up my little tools. These I will take to the sink and wash off. And let me clean up my fingers a bit. If you're not a member of my VIP group and would like to be privy to specials, box bundles, and other things, including additional tutorials, just comment VIP below and I will send you the link. The only requirement is that you cannot be a Chalk Couture designer. Everyone else is welcome. No obligation whatsoever. I am going to be putting up a new, I have 2 new box bundles coming up. I just haven't posted them yet. I'm trying to figure out really what day of the week I want to do that as a norm. Now I'm going to try and be careful and not bump my horse as I knot these ribbons. And then I'm going to have to trim them a little bit. That sounds like a nice weekend, Terry. Sounds like some fun. Things here have relaxed quite a bit. I think most everything has been lifted, which is great, but my mom hasn't been vaccinated. I haven't been either, just because she hasn't. And she's got some issues that her doctor's hesitant because of the blood clot possibility. She can't take blood thinner, so that kind of is an issue. So I don't know. I just need to get somebody to sub for me for a little bit so that I could make it in for the second one and not have to worry about having a problem caring for her. So that's what's holding us up a little bit. But I'm anxious to get things back to normal and whatever. It's been a long year. I mean, I know it's more than a year now, but it's been challenging, and I have to admit, Chalk Couture has really helped me in that area, to be able to set aside some time and to craft and not think about what's going on in the world, and you know how frustrating this has been, this whole situation. It really has helped quite a bit. Oh, I might want to shorten this up a little bit. Basically, this is going to hang on a doorknob, is the intent behind it. Just taking care, I don't want to smudge my horse. I think he's pretty dry by now, though. Yeah, I think this needs to be shortened up a little bit. My ribbons are too long, so let me trim them up. I'm going to make the ribbons on top a little bit shorter than the ribbons in the bottom so that my layers show up a little bit better. I better not make another mistake. I might end up trimming these too short. Reminds me of a child getting their bangs trimmed. My mom never did that to me, but enough of my friends did. The things that would traumatize us as kids, right? Oh, great, Terry. I will. Thank you. Her primary care has been in and out, and I've been having a hard time scheduling an appointment with him. But that would be good because, I mean, her hemorrhage was like over 4 years ago, and she was at a teaching hospital after that, for the best care. I mean, local hospitals really couldn't handle what she was going through. And we've never been back. I mean, basically it was, once she was stable and was discharged, it was turning everything over to her regular physician. So thank you. Sometimes I don't think they all are as up to date as somebody who deals with this type of thing on a daily basis. So I will do that. That's good to know. I know Mom's kind of like, she doesn't care. She wants things back to normal. She's a very social lady. So there we go. Thank you so much for watching. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Stay safe, have fun, enjoy. See you soon.